Hey, here's my business card. You'll call me when you have time, and then I'll tell you all about it. This is how we attracted a lot of the business for that company.
Right.
Little did I know that that's what actually made what then was an IB, now affiliates, now partners.
Right.
With Alpha Financials Deposit, then there was a demand for training, and then we're now training them. So he basically gave me a platform to run a business inside his business.
Right.
Because he said there's so much of money and we all have to make money. We all have to make money. This is what I learned about this industry, that everyone can make money. There's so much of it.
Yeah.
There's trillions traded every day.
Yeah.
And there's people that need information, because the core thing back then was providing that information to them.
Right.
And that business was then affected by those disputes,
Sure.
leading it to almost like close down. But remember that I said to you, it was next door, or it was the next suit to I was working. So the guys that were working where I am now used to sing also like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? So when that business closed, and because I think in the industry, or just as a person, I've been a nice person to everyone, it was an easy thing for me to do when that business closed, to be then hunted by another guy who I used to work here to say, hey man, I don't know what's happening next door, but I think you guys might be closing, yada, 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 yada. What's your plan?
Welcome back to the FX Cartel podcast. As usual, I'm joined with my man Sham, and we've got a special guest from HFM, Mr. Thulani. Too much money.
Too much money.
Welcome, brother. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Cool.
you very much for having me, guys.
So let's get started. You want to introduce yourself and tell us something about yourself, and then what your role is within HFM.
Okay. Name Thulani.
Too much money.
Surname Mbuisa, aka Too Much Money.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And you get those credentials obviously with time,
Of course.
right? Especially mentioning time, because we'll get to it, how we get to where we are through time that we live by every day.
Yeah.
So it's Thulani Mbuisa. I'm not gonna go into detail with like being specific with the dates when I started in the industry, because I think then people can start thinking, piecing the pieces together that this guy, no wonder is too much money, because yeah. But
Can you give the age away?
my career in the industry started with a company back then that was called ACM Gold. It was an abbreviation for Acquainted Capital Markets. That was the full name in Pakistan that I was trading by.
Okay.
And then when it moved over the side, it became ACM Gold. But I think at the time that I joined that company, they were in a transition between being ACM Gold and obviously whatever changes that they needed to take up due to regulation and that was taking place at that time. So I did ACM Gold as an onboarding agent, if I remember. I was an onboarding agent, which simply just contacted people when they registered accounts, informed them what they need to do, and once their accounts are funded, they would then get moved over to like what we used to call client liaison executives. Yeah, so I worked with ACM for a couple months, couple years, and then I became a client liaison executive with ACM Gold. So now we're doing literally everything from onboarding the client, maintaining the relationship, and. But while I was at ACM Gold, because you meet people in our industry, you know, there was this guy that used to come to office, always used to come to office, make fun about like how nice I dress all the time. Don't I get tired of looking so nice all the time? Don't I get don't I wear socks? Because I'm a loafers guy.
Right.
He just joked around, man, only to find that he was actually just sussing out information about his next project that he was going to do. Fast forward a couple months later, the guy headhunts me because he had taken one of the guys that I used to work with at ACM, and she was, I think, leading as a sales manager there. So Fast forward, he's like, hey man, don't you want to work for me? What do you mean, dog? What are you doing?
Yeah.
No, I'm doing this. I'm trying to set up a broker myself. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I've got nice backing. The guys are from Dubai. They've got funding. They're going to assist us. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. And obviously, because it was my first gig in a Forex industry,
Right.
a lot of calculations needed to be made. You can't just, you just started recently with a broker,
Yeah.
and another guy comes and is like, come work for me. So I started checking around, because I asked him who his investors were. Told me some royal family in Dubai, but I think everyone in Dubai is
Royalty, yeah.
royalty. So, but I checked the group, and they checked out to be quite a good group to work with. So, started working with that guy. The name of the broker then was Alpha Financials. It was actually next door to where I work now,
Right.
believe it or not. And I worked with that guy as a sales guy, and then I became team leader for sales, the sales floor. Did the whole gig. He actually turned out to be my mentor over time, because he was one of those guys where, as a kid from Soweto, when you see that kind of like success, man, these are the things that you wish for.
Yeah.
These are the things you dream about, right? Man, this guy drives a Porsche. Sometimes it pulls up in an M3, but this guy drives a Porsche.
Yeah.
And now, as I was working with him, he used to let me drive around with his Porsche. At the time, I didn't know what the hell he was doing, because who gives a person a Porsche?
Yeah.
Right? Natural aspirated Carrera GT.
Yeah.
Yeah, the proper Porsche.
The big boss.
Not the ones that they're
OG,
making now,
yeah.
where the car is driving for you,
Yeah.
because you can't crash. ABS, automatic this, automatic that. That was a proper natural aspirated. Some time later, as I was growing in the industry, it actually connected to me that every time he said I must use the Porsche to go buy McDonald's, he said to me, take your business cards with you. Right?
Yeah.
Because we're in Sandton. So when you're driving a Porsche in Sandton, as a young boy,
What do you do?
wearing Chuck Taylors, a golf t-shirt on a Monday,
Yeah.
what do you do, man? Hey, here's my business card. You'll call me when you have time, and then I'll tell you all about it. This is how we attracted a lot of the business for that company.
Right.
Little did I know that that's what actually made what then was an IB, now affiliates, now partners.
Right.
I was that unaware, right? And then as I was doing all of that, sort of like getting people for him to open accounts with Alpha Financials, deposit, then there was a demand for training. And then we're now training them. So he basically gave me a platform to run a business inside his business.
Right.
Because he said there's so much of money and we all have to make money. We all have to make money. This is what I learned about this industry, that everyone can make money. There's so much of
Definitely.
it.
Yeah.
There's trillions traded every day.
Yeah.
And there's people that need information, because the core thing back then was providing that information to them.
Right.
So we did the whole Alpha Financials gig, which turned out to be very good. But like any relationship, man, things do go south there and there, And I think there were some disputes from up top with the shareholders. And obviously when disputes arise, it affects whatever that's depending on the shareholders to agree on.
Yeah.
And that business was then affected by those disputes,
Sure.
leading it to almost like close down.
Sure.
But remember that I had said to you, it was next door, or it was the
where you
next
was now.
suit to where I was working. So the guys that were working where I am now used to seeing also like, who's this guy?
Right.
Who's this guy? So when that business closed, and because I think in the industry, or just as a person, I've been a nice person to everyone, it was an easy thing for me to do when that business closed, to be then hunted by another guy who I used to work here, to say, hey man, I don't know what's happening next door, but I think you guys might be closing, yada, 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 yada. What's your plan? So I'm like, hey man, what do you mean what's my plan? What do you have for me? It's like, no, come start working with me. You seem like you're a good guy that can get things done. So I started working with HFM because it was a new role that they'd introduced.
Okay.
So when I started initially, it was a role retention agent.
Okay.
So I went from like working for Alpha as a sales, but I was desperate. I needed to do something.
Yeah, of course.
I had a car that I needed to pay. I had rent that I needed to pay. So I started with HFM as a retention agent. It was a new role, quite demanding, because we didn't have so many people that were in direct contact with clients of online trading, so to say. So I did HFM for some years, for some months actually. And I think I started, I said I'm not going to mention dates, but months into starting working with HFM, because we young, we grow. It's a fast-paced industry, this one. You meet certain people and you start also picking up pace in how you're living your life.
Yeah. Right.
It was shortly after I joined the HFM that I got into like a serious accident.
Sure.
Yeah. 3 months in hospital.
Car
accident.
Wow.
Yeah. 3 months in hospital.
Sure.
And throughout that stay in hospital, I'm sure, they had paid me all those months
Wow.
with all the work.
Nice.
Now, obviously, if you go through that kind of like hardship, uncalled for, it opens you up to certain things, a certain level of understanding how things work. And the reason I would say I'm still here would be because of that support that I was given back then.
Awesome.
To say, okay, as much as we're in business, this was the currency you guys showed me that you appreciate me. Okay.
True family.
Let me show my appreciation by being the best that I can be for you.
Yeah.
And this is what I became. And many people that I'd started off with had left and. So I'm still here. Current role is account manager, team leader.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm an account manager, team leader now, making sure that everyone is looked after.
No, that's
When I'm not here,
Yep.
things
Definitely.
happen. Yeah.
So you know, you mentioned a lot of things, and your journey is quite interesting. Where in your journey did you start trading? Because from the conversations we've had, I believe that you're a Nasdaq trader. So where did your trading journey start? Did it start immediately when you started with the other business, or?
I think as soon as you join, or as soon as I started in the industry, because you see the sharp minds that were bosses back then didn't want you calling them bosses.
Right.
You weren't working for them, you were working with them.
Right.
So to get you in tune with the goals that they had, they wanted you to almost like understand everything.
Of course.
Mainly because part of the other things that we used to do at that broker where I started was also provide some sort of like training to like novice kind of like people that might also have an interest in trading. So I think from the get-go, you need to know what is going on.
Yeah.
And then it leads you to the next stage, which is, let me open my own trading account. Let's see how that goes. But back then, the indices that are being traded now were different.
Yeah.
There was an index I was introduced to. I don't know if it's still tradable. Italiano Bossi or something.
Yeah.
IBM or something. Okay. It moves exactly, if not similarly, to Nasdaq, but it's an Italian stock, similar to like a JSE Top 40.
Right.
This is what we started trading because the pip movements on that one were quite valuable. Right. They were worth your time. So you wouldn't have to stay too long in your trade.
Right.
You just had to make sure you're on the right side.
Of course.
Yeah. So I think it would have started immediately when I started in this industry.
Okay. No, that's good. Yeah.
So being with the broker and trading, is there some sort of special maybe treatment or special analysis that you get?
See, I'll word it this way. Remember, we sign employment contracts. Employment contracts have a conflict of interest clause.
Yeah.
So I think also depending on the department that you could be in, personally in account management, I want my team to know what is going on in the markets because we are servicing traders.
Of course.
we need to know which instruments are making headlines. To date, we have gold that's been up and down. We have NAS that's up and down. Those are the most traded instruments currently by a lot of traders. So it would make sense that even the guy, like a doctor, right? A doctor has to understand the medication that they prescribe to you.
Yeah.
So as much as there's employment contracts that don't really want us doing it, it's at that person's discretion that it also doesn't interrupt with the contract that they signed to say that they will provide the best of themselves during the time that they are there because they're going to be paid for it. So it's a balance more than anything.
Yeah.
As long as it's balanced.
Yeah. And, you know, obviously working for a broker, you're obviously exposed to a data that not anybody or not everybody can see. And do you find more clients that are profitable? And when they are profitable, what is their account size, if I could put it? Or if they're not profitable, what account size do they trade with?
Okay. It's a tricky and very broad question because we also need to take into consideration people's investment appetite, but also not the investment appetite, what they're able to risk in the markets. Because we're servicing a lot of like traders from your novice all the way to your expert, traders can be profitable. We've had instances of people starting with 200 Rand and they grow their accounts up to 90,000 in a week or two.
Sure.
We've had testimonies from a few clients. So it would be very tricky for me to say smaller accounts don't make money.
Right.
Only the big accounts make money because that wouldn't be true.
Yeah.
Small accounts are making money. It's just the heightened stress on the smaller account, which obviously accommodates for the guys with the bigger accounts because if it's a bigger account, he can withhold whatever drawdown.
Drawdown, yeah.
He can withhold a drawdown, but with a smaller account, you need to be sharp with your entries.
Yeah.
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 So the sharper the entries or the sniper the entries, the better the growth of the account. But it's not impossible because this is happening quite more often because we're having now a lot of partners that are teaching people how to spot those entries, which makes it very beneficial then for the novice trader.
100%, and I'm sure you know. I mean, we've got Zishon.
Yeah.
He's one of our providers within the company, and he's that guy that can do crazy flips.
Yeah.
Small amounts to large amounts.
Easy amount, yeah.
Crazy amounts. 200 Rand, by the end of the day or tomorrow, you'll see it's on 50K.
Yeah.
I think he showed us the one flip. I think it was like $80 in the account.
Yeah.
And it grew to 108,000 Rand.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
Compounded.
I've also got a bit of an experience where, I mean, from where I grew in my journey,
Yep.
started off with a small account and, you know, grew it obviously by compounding, but, you know, grew it, not big flips, but still growing the account
Gradually.
on a consistent level. So yeah, you know, it also comes with a strategy as well. It also, you need to have a good strategy in order to do that as well.
True.
If I feel like, or even like technical analysis has to be done to the most precise level.
Correct.
You know, to get those entries. But yeah, no, I think, I mean, from our experience and our, you know, from seeing other people and our students and stuff like that, you know, growing small accounts is not impossible. It is possible.
I think it's a lot more possible now than before.
Yeah, definitely. With market conditions now, the guys, the boys are doing some crazy stuff out there.
Yeah.
Talking of market conditions, and adding on to this point, with it not only being small accounts that can grow, we've also got big accounts that grow drastically. The bullish rally that we had on gold made a lot of millionaires.
Yeah.
We know this as a broker because we have guys that bought 7Rs, registration XAU USD ZN or XAU USD GP.
Yeah. Gold doing the things.
Gold was-
Gold was
golding.
doing the things because now we're trading at uncharted territory. So it's new for everyone, and everyone is still caking even in these movements. So accounts really do grow, small and big now.
Big, yeah.
The bigger the account, the bigger the profits. But also we can't not mention the losses,
Of course.
Yeah.
especially with me being inside a broker, because we assisting guys with trading so that it's as realistic as possible
100%.
and not like a get rich quick kind of like scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no fake dreams here. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from a broker's perspective, you know, you mentioned obviously there's a lot that would deposit and withdraw, but then there's a lot that would deposit and not withdraw. From a broker's perspective, how do you guys help those clients? Do you guys have like a specific course, or is it like a more like you guys
For
dive deep?
deposit and withdrawals.
Well, I mean, like, you know, people that are not profitable and they come to you guys and say, hey, I'm not profitable. I mean, you obviously have two different types of clients. Hey, you stole my money, or, you know, I'm doing something wrong. So from HFM side, how do you guys assist those clients?
You know,
Okay.
it's like many will deposit, but few will withdraw.
Withdrawal, yeah.
I hear you. So, you know, such questions are very tricky because as much as the broker can offer the assistance in all the ways, I'll answer it this way. One, HFM obviously would have the educational resources where the clients can go to sort of like upskill themselves.
Yeah.
One of my old mechanics, and then I'll come back to this point. When I used to drive a Uno,
Yeah.
it used to break down a lot. So whenever I'd go to this mechanic, he'd always say to me, it's not the car, it's the driver.
The driver.
It's the driver.
What are you doing wrong?
And I think with growing up, this almost like started making sense to me that actually it's not the car, it's the driver. There's ways that you can manage your car
Yep.
so that maybe it can last you a little longer.
100%.
Because we had the hydraulic clutches and all of that stuff in Unos, or the cable clutches. Don't press on the clutch too hard.
Yeah.
So, answering your question, HFM would have all the necessary tools. We've got the education. You guys know that we've got like a market analyst.
Yes.
Yeah.
The guy tries and helps wherever that he can.
100%.
But also, we don't want to take away the responsibility from the trader to say, hey, man, you also should be doing something so that you are somewhat profitable. It's not the car, it's the driver.
Sure.
You, as the driver, you also need to check within your trading what it is that you are not doing.
Sure.
That's not getting us the desired results of us being able to withdraw.
100%. And I think it falls on us as well, as strategy providers. You know, quick to blame the strategy,
Yeah.
but never the person, or never taking ownership of you know, executing that trade. Did all your your boxes all tick out? What was the reason why you took that trade? What influenced it? You know.
Yes, yes.
So I guess it all at the end of the day goes back to psychology.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, and 100%. I think it always boils down to psychology. I think, you know, as traders, I think when we start off, we don't realize how important psychology is until you start trading and then start taking losses, or you might be stuck at a break-even spot. You know, you're making profits and losing money, but always breaking even. And you know, in the beginning, we're always stuck and we never know what's actually affecting us, but a lot of it is our psychology. A lot of it is our psychology.
Trading, unfortunately, if not perfectly so, is mostly psychological.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like every business, I believe. If you can look at every business model, look at your taxes, there's some sort of like risk management that is to be applied also in taxes, because you can't have all your taxes go out in rush hour.
Yeah.
If they all get into accidents, there's no more money coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with trading, with everything just requiring a certain level of risk management. Psychologically, you have to manage everything. It's your responsibility to know how to manage the account. So also one of the things that when I started in the industry, which was a core thing, the training that we used to do was split into three. It was fundamentals, technicals, and the psychology of trading. The psychology, I think it revolved around a lot of like risk management.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like knowing how to manage your risk and. So I think a lot of traders in our industry don't quite know how to piece it into trading, how that's applicable, because check, when you talk of concepts like greed, that's a psychological state.
Yeah.
100%.
When you look at a concept like revenge trading, that's a psychological state.
Yeah.
See, trading is nothing different from a mirror.
Yeah.
If there's one way you want to decompose and die, trade.
Trade.
It's for tough people, this
Yes.
thing.
100%.
Those that want to know the truth about themselves. Because if you're an impulsive trader, that's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So true.
But it's through trading that you can learn that if you're keeping a trading journal to document why we are opening trades, if the trade that didn't go into a profit, why did it go into a profit? 1, 2, 3. It's you basically facing the things that are not good or profitable for your trading.
Yeah.
These are qualities about you, not about the car.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So psychology in trading is one of the biggest. There's trillions traded daily. The least we can do is just be calm and be aware of everything.
I think in the beginning, you really see that a different side coming out in you,
Yeah.
a different side, and it's how you're gonna deal with it
Yeah.
going into your journey, which is very important. Like in one of our podcasts, I think we spoke about a trade that I held in drawdown, quite a substantial amount for 2 weeks, and it brought out a horrible person in me. So yeah, but it's how you deal with it and what you take back from it.
Yeah.
It's what's going to make you
True.
better in your journey going forward.
Yeah.
Like they say in investment, sorry to cut you there. When it's good, you don't want to let go.
Yeah.
And when it's bad,
Yeah.
you want to just hold on
hold
a
on to
little
it.
longer,
Yeah.
a little longer,
Yeah.
with the hope,
That it would turn.
with the hope. There's nothing wrong
We
with
never
losses.
hold it when it's going into profits. We holding it in drawdown.
And
Yeah.
we always have that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
We always have that conversation. It's so easy for us to hold the trade in drawdown, maybe add a little bit there, more like a small time trade at
Yeah.
the bottom,
Yeah.
try and get a entry right at the bottom
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
market to move up. But we always have a conversation, myself and Sham, and we always say we never scale into trades. It's seldom that you find a trader scaling into a trade. To say, okay, I'm in profits now.
Let me get out.
Or maybe not even let me get out, but I'm in profits now. Let me add another position because maybe I see a small pullback. You know what I mean? I see a pullback, and then we add another position.
If the account can take all those trades, because another thing we need to remember, every time you open a trade, a certain amount is kept aside as a good faith
Yes.
deposit.
Yes.
So if the account can handle it, by all means. But the thing about psychology is that when you also have trading targets, it stops you from being trigger happy,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
The whole point, there's trillions. You just want to make $5 a day. Try.
Yeah.
$5 a day, let it compound.
Yeah.
Once you've closed the week with $25, the account has grown. But in that, you've learned how to be somewhat consistent.
Yeah.
And by the time the account is $25 extra, it means we can up the volume.
Yes.
Now we go $10.
Yeah.
So in a week, I can maybe make $30.
Right.
So that you're not aiming for the 5 days profitable.
Right.
Yeah. $30 in a week, and you just compound and compound and compound.
Yeah. No, that's we always speak about compounding and I think that's the one thing that's worked, like for me personally in my own trading journey, is compounding. You don't need to be profitable every day, but as long as you're compounding your profits, at the end of the month you actually see yourself profitable.
True.
Yeah.
And also being inside a broker, I think we also need to also remember that people trade for different reasons.
Yes.
Right? There's guys that would say, "Ish, I don't have petrol this week. Let me take my last 5 clipper."
Yeah.
and try go full margin,
margin.
full margin, full margin, and they're able to just flip that account easy.
Yeah.
And then we get like guys that do it like that as a thing where they can compound on. And you get like institutions that pay salaries with like trading money.
Right.
So it's for different reasons that people trade.
Yeah.
And it's each person that has to find a way and a reason why they trade, so that they can work on that and actually make those targets around that.
All right, Jano, thank you for that, Thulani. But, I want to ask a question actually. And I think everybody wants to know this. As a broker, around the news days, everybody wants to trade news because of, high volatility times and stuff.
Yeah.
What is the vibe in the office? Do you guys sit together, do analysis together, or you guys do separate analysis and then come together and you guys like share information, or what's...
So we have a market analyst,
right,
that does the analysis for HFM. And I'm not sure if you've checked any of our live streams on social media.
been involved.
I'm not sure if you can hear the background noise in those live streams. So yeah, it's a surprise that we haven't fallen down to the basement, because it's crazy when it's announcements.
Right.
We have live streams when it's NFP.
Yeah.
All the high impact news, NFP, CPI, PPI, an opening bell sometimes where our market analyst Letu would basically just run through a quick market analysis while he gives away trading tips. We'll call them trading tips for the purpose of a podcast and for regulation, so that we don't get into trouble.
Of course.
Gives away some nice marketing tips. He does open trades on the live.
Nice.
And obviously, because we all in tune into those live sessions, those live streams, it becomes a vibe in office. So HFM and high impact news, they're a proper vibe.
Yeah.
Serious.
I often speak to Thulani on that.
Right.
Yeah. Most NFPs, CPIs, we have a conversation.
Yeah.
And it's chaos.
I can imagine.
Can't hear me.
I can imagine. Yeah. Because it's chaos for us as well. Like we always spend those days, either together or online together and stuff like that. So I can imagine like how the
It's
vibe
really
is here.
fun.
Yeah.
It's really, really very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, no, look, so you're obviously an account manager, and the lead of your team. You wanna go a little bit more in depth in what you do for HFM, and basically just tell us how you.
So, I'll explain it this way. Because the broker is quite a big one, it means that it's invested quite some good money in its technology and interfaces, so that it's easy for clients to navigate through this and that and that and that and that. Yeah. But we can't say all our clients will not experience issues there and there. So account managers would then be in office to assist clients with like your basic kind of like stuff that has to do with their accounts. So maybe a client uses Capitec, they want to deposit, they don't know which method they need to use, an account manager would come in to help. If maybe a client has funded using a card and they want to withdraw, because there are specific laws that we abide by as a broker, there's methods that need to be used to avoid, let's say, money laundering kind of like flags by the regulator.
Right.
The account manager would then explain to the client that this is what we need to do in order for you to successfully withdraw. Your basic, say, queries from the clients, because they also are quite broad. If maybe we've got clients that have experienced slippage and they most probably like novice clients, we would need to explain what slippage is to those clients,
right,
so that they know what causes slippage. It's not the broker kind of like thing, so that they know that certain things are just beyond the broker's control. That would be done by the account manager. Your regular kind of like queries, my take profit didn't hit, and that would be because of a spread.
Right.
Simple stuff. So your account manager is basically what I reckon as a contact person to sort of like close a bridge between you as the trader and the broker.
Right.
So he's that middleman that makes sure that no information gets miscommunicated in between the broker and you, the trader.
Right.
Because in our industry, we service quite a lot of like funny people also. So let's say you funded using a different method and he wants to withdraw, and because of regulation and the laws that we need to abide by, say he's not able to withdraw, suddenly he runs to social media and he says, I can't get my money off of HFM.
So yeah, it's very important for them to understand that the method of deposit is your method of withdrawal. And yeah, that's one thing that we also find it.
Yeah.
Where guys come to us and say, "Hey, my withdrawal doesn't want to go through." Like, okay, what are you doing wrong? Let's take it a step back. Let's see, okay, where did you deposit from? I deposited from you. Where are you withdrawing to? Then only to find that, man, the guy deposited via his FNB account, but now he wants to now take it to his credit card. And it's not allowed because why? It picks up as you laundering money.
Laundering money.
Yeah. So we got to be very mindful, when the guys are doing that, and we always explain to them, guys, listen here, it's regulated.
This is how it goes.
This is how it goes. The method you use to deposit must be the method you use to withdraw.
Yeah. No, and we find that more than often, especially with the beginner guys. I mean, again, like everybody needs to get used to regulations. And I mean, even if you think about yourself when you were a beginner, you never knew everything about the market.
True.
You know what
True.
I mean? So even if you just think about it, like when you're trading, you don't know everything about the market. So I guess, it takes some getting used to, especially to the beginner guys. I think it doesn't matter whether you have a lot of money or whether you don't have a lot of money. I think it's just about somebody being more of a beginner. And it's so good that you guys offer like, support.
Correct.
And I think, with anything, we also see it, like support is huge.
It's amazing the treatment, or every step of the way. HFM is there with you, which I can't say for many other other companies.
Yeah.
But with my personal experiences, what I've had, it's just it's next level.
Seamless.
It's from the time you open your account, getting a phone call, from your account manager, introducing himself, letting you know what roles he plays, and how he'll be there for you in every step of the way, or she, through your journey, which is amazing. Most of the time you can't really get through to the brokers. You're either speaking to a robot or you're speaking to, and it becomes difficult, especially when you're investing money.
True.
You wanna have this sense of comfort that listen, I can pick up the phone and I can get a Thulani or I can get a Thuli on the line.
Exactly.
Any
100%.
on the line and say, listen, these are the issues I'm facing, or this is what I'm experiencing, and then it's like, oh Shem, but you're doing X, Y, and Z. You need to do Y, Z, and the other way.
Yeah.
And boom, sorted.
Sure.
Done. So yeah, it's been a pleasant experience, even from me giving my personal experience, and our clients as well. Everyone's very, very chuffed about the fact that they have this support.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that every individual has their own account manager as well. So you have like a somewhat of a dedicated account manager. So if you are experiencing any issues, you literally have that person's contact details to contact them at the office and get some assistance.
Yeah, now that is correct. And also thank you on behalf of HFM for acknowledging the necessity for support to our clients, to our traders, to ensure that they gradually understand how to work hand in hand with the broker, and not to always assume that the broker is against them. I'm speaking for HFM. I'm not sure with other companies.
Yeah, sure.
But definitely HFM, we want our traders to withdraw. Man, you've never had a broker call you to say, let me take you through how you can withdraw successfully.
100%. there's not many brokers are happy to have you withdraw.
Yeah.
It's also true.
You know, so yeah, and they want you. HFM wants you to do withdrawals. Yeah, you know, they're happy when you're withdrawing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really nice. It's you know, to the viewers out there as well, and I'm glad we can have this conversation because this is a chain, and it all needs to be linked. You know, and they have the support.
Yeah.
They have FX Cartel, Team
Yeah.
Fem, FX Cartel. They have HFM.
Yeah.
You know, and if those chains are linked, it only makes their trading journey a lot easier. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the easier we make it for the client, you know, especially from our side, because we like kind of face more of like the day-to-day issues. But the more easier we can make it for our client, the better for them and the experience for them. And then again, you know, we go back to the support part of it is that we know we've got HFM support as well,
100%
which makes
makes
it
our
even-
job easier.
Exactly, it makes it even more easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, thank you to you and your team, and we really appreciate the hard work that you guys put in. We see it from our side, and hopefully, like our clients see it as well. So
Hopefully.
thank you,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Thulani, Mr.
Thank you,
Money.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
having
your
me.
time. So yeah, guys, if you want to join our free groups, you guys can look at get the link in the description. But until the next time, we'll catch you then.
Thank you much, guys. Peace and love.
Need to shoot film, your podcast home.